Hi everyone, my name is Anisha and thank you for joining me here on my channel. Today we are setting up my January pages in my bullet journal. I know it's really late, January is already almost over. I actually set up these pages at the beginning of the month, but it took me a while to finish the voiceover and editing. Even though it's late, I still wanted to share this video with you. So let's not waste any more time and get started. I'm starting with my cover page here. It's actually quite simple this time, especially compared to my yearly setup and everything else I have done recently. For this month, I wanted to try something new, so I decided to give the waterfall edges a go. I have seen other people use them, but I have never done it myself, so I thought I'd make that the main feature of my theme this month. So to keep the focus on the waterfall edges, I kept everything else fairly simple, just some washi tapes and a few stickers here and there. That's really all I'm going to do for the setup, so that the waterfall edges will be the highlight of the month. For now, I'm setting up a simple cover page. In the next spread, we will get into the waterfall edges, but first, let's finish the cover page. And I forgot to mention this earlier, these are the washi tapes I'll be using. They'll be one of the main elements of my setup today. And I'm also using these floral stickers, which all have this light blue tint to them. That's the color I have chosen for January, and these are pretty much only elements I am working with this month. For the cover page, I decided to start with the quote which says, "Joy is a decision, a really brave one, about how you're going to respond to life." I really like this quote. I know it doesn't always apply to everyone or every situation, but it is something I feel I need right now. That's why I picked it as a part of my theme this month. And that's it for the cover page. It's pretty simple, but I really like how it turned out. So let's move on to the next spread. So here, I'm creating the waterfall edges. For this, I'm trimming a little bit of the edges of each page so that the next page peek through slightly. creating a layered waterfall effect. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this clearly, but I think most of you are probably familiar with this idea. If not, don't worry, it'll all make sense in a moment. Just bear with me for now. In this spread, I did mess up the order of the washi tape a little bit. The blue washi tape was actually supposed to go on the outer edge of the page, and the honeycomb washi was meant for the inner edge. I didn't notice the mistake while I was working on it, but later when I realized, I fixed it off camera, so no worries there. And here we are, the waterfall edges are finally done. I am really happy with how they turned out, especially considering this was my first time trying them. I also use my corner punch tool on the edges of each page to round them off, which I think makes them look even better. Overall, I'm super pleased with how the edges came out. Now let's move on to the individual spreads. Now for the first spread, which is my calendar spread. Normally one page would be enough for a calendar, but since I have trimmed down the edges for the waterfall effect, the pages are much smaller this time. So I'm using a full spread for the calendar here. This section is mainly for writing down my monthly goals. That's the focus of the spread, but I have also included some additional sections. There is a column for musings and another one for random notes, just in case I have anything extra to jot down. Next is my spending tracker. This is where I'll track everything I spend money on throughout the month. I have created a system that works for me, so I have divided my expenses into different categories. Here, I have one section to note down every expenses as it happens, along with the category it falls under. Another section for my budget, where I assign limits to different categories. And finally, a space to record any unexpected or additional expenses. So, this system helps me stay organized and keep track of my finances, and that's why I have included it here. And this spread is for my habit tracker. On the right hand side, I have added sleep tracker to monitor my sleep patterns. And on the left hand side, I'll be tracking different habits. I have already prepared some mini calendars on Canva and printed them on sticker paper to make things easier. So I have space to include 8 such calendars here, and I have already planned out the habits I want to track, so I'll just jot those down on the side later. Next, I'm setting up my weekly spreads. So, on my weekly spreads, I'm not gonna have space for every day of the week. My idea is to have some structure, which is why I journal and plan in the first place. But if I plan every single day down to the last detail, I'll find it too rigid and honestly, I might not stick to it. So, I want a balance, some structure, but also a bit of flexibility. So, for this reason, I have decided to dedicate just one page per week. Each weekly spread will have two sections, one for listing all the tasks I need to get done that week, and another for any additional notes. That's it. I think that might work better for me rather than having a space for every day of the week, which might become a bit overwhelming for me. This last page is for reflections. At the end of the month, I can use this page to write an overview of how the month went, how my plans and goals are progressing, what's working, what's not working, and what need to be changed. So it'll be a great way to check in with myself and adjust as needed. And with that, my January setup is finally complete. Let's do a final flip through. So that's it for my January pages. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Please check out my channel for more journaling content, including bullet journal and reading journal videos. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.